Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're all well. So I've done vids before on banishings. I've given some examples of spells on banishings. Okay, so this vid is also on banishings. Obviously, I've labeled it that, but it's just a little bit more into it and the different types of banishings and when and why to come in. So before I get into it, guys, if you like the vid, show the like. If you appreciate the vids, the knowledge, share it to someone. And again, if you do need any of my services, guys, from one-on-one consultation, a spell work, my in-depth info tarot readings, hit me up. I'll always get back to you. And I'm sure for those who are not new and those who are new, I'm telling you now, my work is very personal. I get really into your case and we develop something that is suitable to you with the appropriate entity when needed. Okay, so if we speak in banishings now, because I've experienced this quite a lot with different clients, obviously. A banishing isn't a banishing for everything. You don't use generic banishings, which is why I get very personal into my work with client. Okay, so if you want to do it for yourself as well, some good things for you to know. Firstly, if you want to banish a person, that is one aspect, like someone physical in your life, your reality. That's a separate type of banishing. If we're talking banishings of negative energy on you, if we're talking banishings of a lower level parasite that's on you, or any form of parasitic entity, or a full-blown curse that comes in forms of either energy signatures or attachments that's on you, that's completely something else. Okay, so in most cases that I've experienced, guys, and you might experience this yourself as well, share with everyone down in the comments. And again, if you have any questions or thoughts on this, just simply ask, type it out. So in most cases, when you are doing banishings, and when I do it as well, I'll tell the client up ahead, there's work to be done for sure. In a lot of cases, it takes multiple workings for banishings on anything from the spiritual ethereal realm, because the attachment is so much stronger. And if it's curse back, like if someone's put an entity or attachment on you via curse, it definitely can be broken and banished, but it's going to take work and it's going to take knowledge. Okay, so when you're dealing with a person, you can banish them in a manner of ways. You can banish them simply from your vicinity, from your workplace. Okay, but you have to be specific. This is where the key comes in. If it's a person, you've got to be specific as to how you want them banished from your life or your proximity. Do you want them banished from your state completely? Then you have to be specific and place them somewhere specifically. Okay, so that can be done with either your goetic work or angelic magic, depending on the case again, and of course your preferences, because you will have a part to play either as the caster, obviously, or if you are my client, you will also have a small part to play. It enhances everything. Okay, so the specifics of a banishment is very important. If we're talking entity, parasites, lower level energies and all those things, right? We also have to be specific. You got to, firstly, it's more of an attack. When I cast a banishing, I go in attack mode. And secondly, make sure myself, in a case like this, and the client is always protected. So this is quite a big working. The client always has to be protected. If you're doing stuff, you always have to protect yourself. Firstly and foremost, protect yourself. Do a cleansing, do a home cleansing, do spiritual baths. So with the entities, right, what I often do is I create, you have to have a representation in your spell and in the mind. This is where the actual magic happens. So you got to have a representation of either a prison box, a prison jar, a void, and a burst. You have to have a representation of this, and you have to have someone extremely powerful who's willing to remove this parasite, this entity from you. And you got to, in a sense, in a metaphysical sense, you got to physically remove this thing from you, this energy signature, this entity, from the pit of your stomach, from around your neck, the weight in your mind, the weight in your shoulders. You got to remove it from you, place it into this prison, into this abyss. You got to make sure you see it there, you seal it in there. You do it with all your energy and entity's energy and approval, to the point where you pretty much fucked up afterwards. You are drained and exhausted because it's a literal metaphysical fight. So similar steps can be taken on the natural sense in banishings, but we're talking the spiritual warfare, entities, parasites attacking you, wrong things coming through invocation of spell work, and you need to get rid of this thing. It's a fight, guys, but it can be done. And again, if you find yourself in the situation, please don't hesitate. Just hit me up and I will definitely help you guys out, okay? So again, if you sense there's something on you, first thing you do, I would say email me, but first thing you do, spiritual bath, cleansing of self and cleansing of home, and put on protection. Very, very simple. If you don't know what to do at first, just simply light a candle for yourself, and if you've ever invoked before, place that entity's candles next to yours, properly scribed, petitioning there for protection. Use coarse salt, use bay leaves, use black scribe mirrors, black cloths, have it around there, and make sure you're protected first, and then we take it from there. Okay, guys? Okay, all the best.